You need to know in chess how much each piece is worth. So we have a point system for this. We give each piece a number of points, like we give the queen 9 points. So here are the points values, starting with the most powerful piece, the queen. 9 points. Followed by the rook. 5 points. Bishop. 3 points. Knight. 3 points. And pawn. 1 point. In order to win at chess, you need to know how to checkmate. So we'll start with the most powerful piece, the queen, and we'll see how a queen and king work together to checkmate the lone king. And when we've done some mates like this, like the mating patterns, then we'll go back and look at typical checkmating patterns which occur earlier on in the game. So because the queen is the most powerful piece, it's the easiest one to force checkmate with. And the way we do it is we use the queen to drive the opponent's king back to the edge of the board, and then we can send our king up the board to assist the queen. The king comes to help the queen. Checkmate. Okay, let's now look at king and rook checkmating. Here the king needs to help the rook again. The basic technique is the same. We drive the king towards the edge of the board. A waiting move with the rook. We now have the kings opposite to each other, so we can checkmate. Checkmate. We've looked at how to win material and also some basic endgames. The question now is, how do we put our pieces into effective positions so that we can do those things? So we'll start with the start position, play a few moves, and I'll try and show you a few things to look out for. I'm going to recommend 1e4 as a good move for you to start learning with, because it frees the bishop and perhaps the queen. It also helps us to control the centre of the chessboard. This move develops the knight. Develops, it just means you bring it out into play more than it is stuck on the back rank. And it also attacks the pawn on e5. Attacking things is often a good idea. If we just stop here and take stock, we can see that white has developed 3 pieces, black only 1. So white has an advantage in development, and this gives white the advantage. This beautiful move, allowing black to take the queen, wins at least a pawn. Let's see what happens if black captures the queen. Check. The only move for the king. Checkmate. So, from that example, hopefully you've noticed it's important to keep your king safe and develop pieces quickly.